Hello beautiful Pisces, and welcome back to Intuitive Energies. My name is Jane and I do readings for Pisces. I feel today like we're all just going into that great, it's like you're at the end of a race, like you're getting to the end of it, you're figuring it all out. I feel it's wonderful. It's wonderful for us, it's wonderful for me, for you, for anybody that's getting it. The cards that came out is the cards from your past, how the past is affecting you. Now I have the Queen of Swords in reverse. So the Queen of Swords in reverse, the Queen of Swords is somebody who is very wise, who's very strong of character, maybe independent. And she's gotten that way because, well, she's had to do protection she's had to protect her energy. She's been very critical of her own thoughts, and she may have experienced great loss. But she's very clear on how her life has gone so far. And in this case, I feel that your past, all the stuff that's happened to you, that's what brought you in clarity. This Queen of Swords can mean two things. It can mean that you're moving away from the Queen of Swords. You may be moving into more of the Queen of Cups, which is the heart center of you. It's less of the mind and more of the heart, which makes a lot of sense to me. And it's a thank you to the Queen of Swords for having protected us, having given us a lot of knowledge and wisdom on the path to where we were going, how she has come in and really, really helped everything. But now it's time to release her and thank her for the clarity of the past. Thank her for everything that she's offered us and given us as lessons. Your 111-year-old self is the other card that came in, and we're going to be doing this afternoon. I wouldn't miss this if I were you, because this one is going to be cool. Just for the fact that if you were 111 years old and came back and talked to you right now, what do you think that physical, spiritual being would say? Okay, so it's great insight. It's like, yeah, it's a wonderful idea. It's a wonderful thought, and I'm sure this spiritually, they're going to let you know exactly, probably what would be exactly. Probably that's an oxymoron, but exactly what that message would be. So let's begin with the Queen of Swords, though. Thank her for the beautiful information, the beautiful protection that's been offered up over time, and how wonderful all the knowledge that we've gained from her. She has been a protector, a holder of the sword, keeping the focus and clarity of where we needed to be, and she's offered us some great tools to move forward. We wouldn't be anywhere without her, of course. But now it's time to move into a different energy, one that's focused on the heart center, because as much as she is a protector, the shield, the sword, the focus, she can also be limiting in the way that she sees things. You need the balance of all the feminine, all the four queens, to get to where you want to go to thrive, right? But she has brought us that thriving. She's helped us move forward. So she was a great stepping stone. And now her energy is going to move out, step out of the way. We're going to retain the knowledge and the wisdom and even the pain and hurt that made us who we are. And now we're going to thrive in a different energy. We're going to take that one, add to the heart energy, and just go, okay? And as we go, we'll be adding heart, the fire, the grounded of the pentacles. We're going to make them flow together and go together so that we can go forward, so that we can really, really have a beautiful, beautiful journey forward. That is the whole point to everything, is to learn, gain, and move forward. Always, always, always learning something new. And it's not that it gets easier. I think it's the way you perceive things that gets easier. You start seeing things in a way of, wow, yeah, I can deal with this. I've seen this before. It's not quite as humongously horrific as I thought it was the first time around. You know, certain things that catch you unaware at the beginning, when you have less experience, it can seem like a very big thing. Think about things that you've gone through over and over again compared to the first to the last time. It could feel very, very different. Okay? Right. So let's pick from... So I'm using 3 Oracle decks. Power of Surrender, the Magic of Unicorns, and the Sacred Destiny. Create your vision. Do what makes your heart sing. You are being nudged forward. Absolutely. Nudged forward. There's a path right here. You see it. Okay? You're being nudged forward. How are you being nudged forward? By the heart. It's saying, your heart sing. It's not what makes your mind sing. Okay? The air sign, the communication. You've done that. I feel for a lot of us, we've probably really had multiple conversations with our mind. We're pretty good at that part. What we aren't good at is following what our heart is trying to tell us to do. How to maybe forego with the mind's logic sometimes and let in more of the heart space. It may be hard for us to do, but we need to start letting that happen more and more, okay? Surrender the habit of people-pleasing. Speak your needs and be true to yourself. Focus on your own happiness instead of always trying to make everyone else happy. With the holiday season coming in, this is the true thing. This is the thing where we've been talking about that all week. Like I said, I've been feeling a lot of people coming in. This is Spirit's way of telling you it's time for you to take the reins. Okay? It's time for you to defend yourself. We have been practicing and working on this maybe for months, for years now for some of you. It's time for you to say, it's time to do, I'm willing to do things not to make people unhappy, but I'm not willing to just give in to everybody else's needs. I need to take care of myself as well. Okay? So you're here to thrive in your life. You're here to be less of thinking of how you can please other and go into your heart center and please you, okay? Who you are and what you want. Absolutely. So let's see here. I'm going to get the disruptions down to a minimum. And let's pull some beautiful tarot cards. This is a Spacious Tarot. There's no affiliate link for this one, but I did put the link to the deck, the website where you can purchase this deck. I love the Spacious Tarot. It is a very special deck in my collection. All right, the Hierophant in reverse, telling me that the old unmovable is now movable. Like it's okay. In order for you to thrive is to, you see, this to me is a very old soul type card. It's the feminine, the one who's been hurt. It's a wounded but very, very protective and sharp-minded energy. Okay, one that communicates clearly but is very of mind, very of set ways. I feel in some ways she's very much linked to the stability even of the emperor, but more of like the female version. It's weird to say, but I've always felt that way. I felt that the Queen of Swords is beautiful. I have really really connected with her on a personal level. However, I feel that even in this, you see this chair that she sits in? It's gray. It's very, it feels like the emperor chair, very cemented. And I feel it's time for this gray rock-like formations. They need to give way. Okay? You need to let the sun shine in. You need to let the new teachings come in, the new way of perceiving, of letting your mind take a, you know, a chill pill, a break, and letting your heart kind of soften things. Let it soften. Let it just kind of, you know, sit and make you feel better. Yeah, definitely. This Hierophant card, I always say, like the old, tried, tested, you know, the forever rock formations, even when you have in Stonehenge, been there forever and ever and ever. And nobody still knows, you know, everybody has a theory of what it's there for, the magic behind it, the logic behind it, and they're always learning new things and seeing new things and coming up with new theories. And I feel that the newness is the willingness to expand on the subject. And the rock formation is the stability that's just there. You could just stand there and say those are just a bunch of rocks and stay in that energy of groundedness without anything else being added. But that leaves you stuck and left there. You're not thriving anymore. You're staring at something that's looks gray and lifeless. Okay, so in order, you have to put energies. You have to believe that there is more to things than just nothing. Okay, just what you are seeing with your eyes. When the sun goes a certain way in these formations, fantastic, beautiful things start to happen. Okay, it gives you a different look on the subject. So it's time to really, really start looking at those things like you would from going to the mind and letting your heart center open up to these things. And you're not just opening up your heart to other people, you're opening up your heart to yourself, okay? For you to build upon things, for you to grow things, for you to shape things, for you to bring in all the hard work, let the abundance come in. It's not just a day in, day out type of thing, okay? It's like what I know, you know, it's going beyond and accepting all the great stuff that comes in, all the hard work that you put in, and reaping the abundance, not just constantly working towards things without actually getting things in. You have the Four of Pentacles, right? And the Six of Wands showing up again this week. There's a lot of that, of the Six of Wands. It's like, create your vision, bring in your victory. The Four of Pentacles is in reverse. That's letting go of that control. That Queen of Swords, it is what it is. And it's like making sure that the thought that you've had you will never have a discussion about it again. It's like, it's never being open to any other point of view. It's like, I've gotten the answer and that's what it is and that's how it's going to stay. You know, there's no further discussion. In other words, these are rocks and they're rocks. There's no further discussion that needs to be had. Same thing here. It's like needing to control the world you live in, because if you start to move around and open up to different points of view and letting yourself open up and let yourself create visions and let yourself be allowed to, you know, please yourself instead of just all the people around you, then it rocks the boat, right? It shifts the energy in a way that you may not be able to control. And the Queen of Swords is a lot about controlling, okay? It's always got to be crystal clear how it's coming through. But people who take a chance, people who open up, people who take a walk on the wild side every once in a while, they're the ones who really reap victory because they open themselves up. Yeah, and then you get the Hangman. There's that perspective card. Of course it is. Okay? It's allowing yourself to see things from a different point of view. Okay? We're usually on the planet looking at the moon. And this time, very much like Artemis is doing, or has done, now that you're at the moon, looking towards the planet, the big blue ball. It's the same thing. They're both in the same space, but you're looking at it in a very different way. Okay? It looks very different the other way around. Instead of seeing just in one light, when we look at the moon, you see all the different colors. There's white, there's blue, there's hints of pink and all kinds of colors in the planet that you can see. Suddenly your world opens up, like your energy feels to all kinds of different things. And how magical is that? Okay? All right, Pisces. It's the Emperor card, just because I mentioned it. So you heard me mention it, very connected to the Emperor. You have to believe, Pisces, that the stability that you created is within you. It's part of your lessons. It's part of your bag of goodies. You've utilized the Queen of Swords energy for a very long time. You've made yourself feel safe and secure and protected. You have to believe that that's not going to leave you. Okay, as long as you have the lead and the power on your own life. And in other words, when you you've brought in wisdom with the decisions that you've made. And that you've brought in stability in your life. This is something that's in your DNA now. It's part of you. Okay? It's okay for you to open up to a different way. And that's all this means. Okay? All right, my beautiful, beautiful Pisces. I have the Eight of Cups. Yeah, time to leave this old way of doing. Time to move on. I'm going to come back later and I'm going to do your 111-year-old self. I love 111. I love anything 1-1 that's like angel power. It's just awesome. And we're going to do another fantastic reading for you. I hope that this has hit you in your core. And I want you to write in the comment section, I'm ready to let the energy flow. And we know we're talking about into the heart chakra and any other energy that you need in your body to balance you out, okay? We need to let go of the restrictions of the mind and kind of just let it go into the rest, okay? So we can balance out and experience new things. Take care, and I will see you very, very soon, my beautiful ones.